Alright guys, here we go. Level 5. So there's a significant difference in level 5 assist and level 1. I've never actually really ridden it more than, I don't know, a mile in level 5. Typically I ride in level 1, so I don't really have to worry about it. But in level 5 right now, as you can see, we're going 18 miles an hour, and we're pretty much not having to worry about any kind of effort whatsoever. I'm riding this thing. I am not really putting in much effort at all. And this is not the best time to be recording because I guess there's a little bit of rain. Doesn't show it in the forecast, but it's definitely here. And I forgot to start my watch. Let's start that. Alright. So our ride's going to be a little bit off. Maybe like a mile off. Well, maybe not even a mile. Maybe half a mile. Something like that. My goodness, guys. This bike in level 5 requires little to no input. Man, I guess we're getting the experience of how this bike is in the rain too, and the camera. But I'm gonna be honest, guys, my heart rate's super low right now. I'm gonna clean the camera real quick. A typical ride is about 18 miles. So that's what we're gonna do. And because I'm going so fast, we're gonna stay on the road. Yeah. So I've got some hills coming up too. But anyway, this is the first few minutes of the ride. I'm not going to be able to record the whole ride, so I'm going to cut in and cut out. And we'll restart every 5 miles maybe. Do a quick drop in. I have a feeling this thing's going to go way further than the promised 20 miles for 1 hour. I'm really wishing right now that I had a little extra gearing to go a little bit faster. That's one cool thing about the Concord versus this. The Concord right now I could be doing like 25 if I had it in level 5 assist. With this bike, because of the way that a mid-drive works, it won't let you go any faster. I could probably unlock the bike. I haven't tried it. Camera clean real quick. And yesterday, trying this camera setup with the camera that I have, there was wind, but I couldn't hear it. So, hoping it's the same case for today, and that you guys can hear me pretty well. So these are like 3 different hills. I'm going to go down and up just to show you what this can do and to wear it out, because this thing is seemingly much stronger than I anticipated it would be. These first 2 are smaller. Oh yeah. So I'm in the top gear, level 5 assist, and it's just cruising right on up. No problems. I didn't start from the stop, but still. Let's see if we can go up this one. This one's a little bit more steep, a little bit longer, and then we'll hit the bigger hill after this. Oh, never mind, I wasn't in final gear. I was in gear 6. Right. Gosh, this thing is fast. So, I'm going to be curious what this thing does in full charge, because these hills are seemingly easy, but I know I've ridden these hills before on my regular road bike, and they're not so easy. It's just this bike makes it look easy with the mid-drive. Just cruising right up, 13 miles an hour. I think we did that on gear 5. So here we go, we're going to try it again. We're going to take on a much, much, much bigger hill. When I did this hill before on this bike, it was only able to maintain like, I think 8 or 9 miles an hour because of the final gear on it. But that was in level 1, so let's see what it'll do in level 2 or level 5. Okay. So we are in gear 7 on level 5, 15 miles an hour. I might be able to drop it down and go a little bit faster. Let's try it. Nope. Alright, this one gets real steep. And I know the camera's going to cut it out and make it seem like it's not, but this is a very steep hill. Very, very steep hill. Like if I were riding that on my road bike, I'd be standing on the pedals, giving it all I have for that last portion of the hill. Alright. So yeah, cool. Alright guys, so we are at 5 miles, just at 5 miles, on level 5 assist. The whole time I have been going in gear 7 just about, maybe a few times I went below it. Sorry, should have cleaned that beforehand. Anyway, we're back. We're at 5 miles, and this thing is showing no signs of battery depletion as of right now. I believe the bike has more range than what they state. Now we're going to find out, because we're going to start going down a hill, which will help that range, but we're going to have to come back up that hill, which is a really large hill. And this is my typical morning ride. But it's super wet today. Super glad I have some fenders. I probably wore the wrong shoes, but because I have these fenders, I'm doing okay. And if the sight glass is a little foggy or wet, I apologize. But yeah, so we're at 5.7 miles right now. Oh, there we go. We lost one bar. Awesome. Okay, so we lost one bar in 5.7 miles. So there's a lot of wind right now. Apologize if you can't hear me. So that is the hill. Pretty significant. We are just now reaching the bottom. I mean, that is, when I go the other way, it's not going to seem like much. Even right now, I can try to pedal, but I'm not. There's nothing giving me no feedback at all whatsoever. And I think that's because I'm going 21 miles an hour. All right, now I hit 20. Now I've got some feedback. I'm going to clean the camera real quick. We are at 7.3 miles. As a result of that, I'm going to go ahead and pause you guys, and I'll pick back up at 10 miles. Well, back up the hill. Alright guys, so we are at 12.3 miles. We just lost the second bar on the battery of 5. We're going to turn around. Hopefully, since we aren't against the wind, the rain will let up a little bit and you guys can see. Sorry, I'm cleaning the camera right now. It is super wet out here. I am not quite soaked as a result of rain, heavy rain, but the little mist has been getting me pretty consistently for the past 39 minutes. So that's another thing about this bike, about the documentation for this bike, is that it states that it'll ride 20 mile an hour. Well, it says the range is 20 mile an hour for 1 hour. We are at 40 minutes right now, and we will see. Okay, so has 4 bars or 4 circles on the battery, and I've noticed after watching them that what it is 3 bars show your indication of battery status until all 3 run out. Once they run out, then the 4th one lights up red, which is happening right now. Okay. Interesting. So we've got the 4th one lighting up right now. I think because of the wind that I'm fighting at the moment. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a serious amount of wind. We're at 13 miles right now. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video until we get to the hill, and then I'll turn it back on and see what we can maintain up the hill. My prediction is that we will lose 2 bars on the hill and gain 1 back once we hit the top. All right, check back in on the hill. Okay guys, we're back. We are currently at 13.7 miles. The wind is blowing real hard. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm on the road. Typically I go to the sidewalk right there. Stay on the road at least a little ways up the hill. It is a wet day of riding. I'm trying to keep this camera clean so you can see, but I don't know if it's working. To be honest, this cheap $25 camera might die as a result of me bringing it out in this sprinkling rain for this amount of time. We are at 45 minutes, about to go up the hill, starting the hill with 3 bars. We're currently hitting 19 miles an hour. We're starting the hill now. Oh boy. Yeah. So there it goes. So now we are ascending. Surprisingly well. It's doing good. Okay. We got we were maintaining 15. Level 5 assist. Gear 5. Okay. I don't think I can go beyond gear 5. This is when the hill gets a little bit more difficult. I'm definitely pushing the heart rate at 158. So, if you thought I won't be getting a workout at level 5, that's not the case. Pretty good workout so far. We're at 16 miles at this point in time. I probably should have cut back up that one road so I get the full 20 in. Maybe I do some extra laps when I get home into my neighborhood, and that'll cover us all the way to the end of the battery or into the pack. I will say though, as of right now, my prediction at level 5 assist on the mid-drive E-Ride City from Piper bikes, you can purchase it at Walmart. I'm gonna say it's 25 miles. At least 25 miles. Oh, smacks. Sick. Okay, the brakes are getting wet. I guess this gives me a good chance to ride the bike in the rain, which some people might do. And the wind. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to pause the video until I get to 20 miles. Okay, so we are at 18.57 miles. I know I said I'd pick it back up at 20, but we lost another bar. So, I mean, we were going up a hill. It might level out here in a second. But as of right now, we are at 20 miles an hour, level 5 assist, 1 bar left, 18.69 miles. Heart rate is 140. Rain is still not letting up. Actually, you know what? We're going to go to the bottom of this hill. We're going to climb those other hills again. Alright, so this is the hill that we went down on this side. Clean you off real quick. Oh, one thing to know about this bike, guys. Well, when it's wet, the brakes don't work as well. They work, but they don't work as well. That's a significant hill, so keep that in mind. But a couple things to know. One, that the pedals drop very, very low, and you will get pedal strikes. It is a thing. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely a thing. I fell strike on this bike often when I turn, so you definitely need to keep the pedals level or opposite of your turn on this bike, because you will hit, it will lift the rear end of the bike up and you will feel uncomfortable. Okay, so in the beginning of the video, when we were at level 5 assist on this, I was able to stay in 7, go up this no problem, and level 5 assist, 1 battery, bar left. I'm still able to climb it, but I'm definitely having to put a lot more effort in on gear 5. All right, we're gonna keep going. One more hill. We are currently at 19.57 miles, so it's right at, or right under 20 miles. Well, no, we're right at 20 miles, because we rode, and in the beginning of the video, I forgot to start my watch, and as a result, we're going to be missing some mileage. I'd say that that's like half a mile, quarter mile, 3/4 mile, whatever. All right, we're going to make this turn, negotiate it slowly. Okay, here we are, back up the hill, and we are at 11 miles an hour in gear 5. If I can go to gear 3. Okay, yeah, so interesting. When I switch gears, it definitely lets power off. I don't know what's going on there. It's interesting. Definitely takes power off when I'm climbing and I switch gears. It's probably a good thing to keep me from breaking the chain. It's probably a good thing about the motor, to be honest. Okay. Ooh. I can tell you guys, we're on the last bar. It shows that on the display. It also shows it on the battery. The battery has the 4th bar showing red. And it's cutting power. Alright, it is really cutting power now. So we're at 20 miles, 20.1 miles, and it is cutting power, hardcore, cutting power. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think either it's out of juice, or I've got flat, or something, as it is definitely no flat. Okay. Well, I'm glad that I started recording when I did. Okay, we're going to take this right, go up this hill, cut left on this trail. Hopefully we don't run into anybody. Man, it's really cutting power uphill. Like, I don't think you would want to be riding it while it's doing this. I mean, it's in and out, like, it's like cycling. I'd say like 1 to 2 seconds on, 1 to 2 seconds off, surging. But it still shows 1 bar. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Definitely feel the weight of the bike coming on. And this bike, it's probably possible, given the gearing, to ride it up hills. I think we will find out here in just a second. But it's not ideal. I would say though, for probably the first 18 miles of the ride, this thing gave me some good power. We're probably going to end up at like 22 miles, 23 miles. And then, oh shoot, so we're at 21.7 miles. And lucky me, the last bar is gone. We're on flat ground. Last bar is gone. No
more juice. Heading home. My goodness. Definitely accurate on the website. It's really interesting. I did not think that it was going to be accurate. I thought we were definitely going to get more, somewhere around the 25-mile mark for sure. And here we are at 21.85, and we are completely flat. Granted, we did go up some pretty significant hills on level 5. You could adjust that, but that is the range of this bike. The Hyper E-Ride City mid-drive, verified 21 miles.